Yo, 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 yo. What up, what up, what up, people? Welcome back to another edition of Mike on Sports. I am your host. I go by the name of Mike Gross, man. Big ups to that 501 and that 317. Little Rock, Indianapolis. We are in the building. Today, man, I got a little bit of switch of gears for you. Today, we're talking a little bit of basketball, the NCAA versus the NBA. Yesterday, we had a big thing that happened in basketball. We had a top two college recruit decide he didn't want to play in the NCAA for free. He wanted to goddamn me go to the NBA D League and make $500,000. And I'm not mad at that at all. Earlier this year, we seen Rich Paul. He had one of his signees go play in the Australian League. Now did an intern at New Balance, and I think he's playing in the Australian League and also making, I believe, between $200,000 and $300,000. So that's good. Now the reason why I label this is the NBA trying to go to war with the NCAA. You got to admit, if you're the NCAA, you have to be worried right now. You have to be worried. You have to think that if they got a top two recruit, what's going to stop all these other recruits from going in? Now, according to the law of the land, you can't pay these college athletes, but we know these college players be getting a little money under the table. But what if that money didn't have to come from under the table anymore? What if you can make that shit legally? Now let's go to this story right quick and give you all the particulars of Jalen Green's decision to join the NBA G League and not go to college, man. And I'm sure he had 500,000 reasons why he didn't. Shut that young man right quick. Oh, look at him do. Oh, baby. Oh, I'm doing all this. I'm not even screen sharing. My bad. My bad. Boy, hey, that young man, he was showing me some shit. He was showing me some shit on that court, boy. Look, hey, you a bad mamma jamma. Watch your mouth, my. Hey, I'm talking about Jalen. I'm talking about Jalen, young. What? Look at him. Oh, bang. Yes, sir. Throw it up there, then. Oh, 360 between them. Oh my goodness. Oh, baby. Yeah. Oh. 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 Spin move. Oh, bring it back. Bring him back then. Bring him back to that shot. Oh, baby. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, he got that bounce. He got that bounce, man. Now, look, I ain't gonna lie. I've been looking at this word for about 15 minutes, and I still can't see it, but we're gonna try it. The comeuppance, the comeuppance of the NCAA's. I got me all my words fucked up right now trying to say that word. The comeuppance of the NCAA leadership void, lack of vision, and overt greed came with blunt force on Thursday afternoon. Thank NBA Commissioner Adam Silver channeling his inner Vince Carter and putting his nuts on NCAA President Mark Emmert head. Y'all know how Vince did that man back in the Olympics. Put his nuts on that man head. That's what he wanted to say, but I say it for him. Whose entire tenure has been spent as a metaphoric Frederick Weiss. I don't know who the fuck Frederick Weiss is, but hey, must be a bad guy. That news that Rivals #2 overall player Jalen Green is headed to a NBA G League development program for more than $500,000 per year marks a inflection point for college basketball, a sport that spent the last decade retreating from the American mainstream. College basketball becoming the typewriter company, newspaper conglomerate, or phone book eroding because of its lack of ability to evolve and innovate. I totally agree, man. They so stuck in their fucking ways and don't want to get these guys, money, don't want to pay these guys. And let's be real, man. Let's call it how we see it. They don't want to pay these young black men. They don't want to pay these young black men because the majority of the money gonna be going to young black men. Either it's basketball or football. Baseball bring in its own kind of revenue, so I'm sure they'll be all right. But all those other sports, man, we gotta quit living in fucking fantasy world. When it comes to fucking college sports, we live in fantasy world. Every sport is not as popular as basketball and football. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Women's swimming is not as popular as motherfucking basketball. It just, and I'm not trying to down women's swimming or anything like that, but the men's golf is not as popular as men's football. It's just not. The swim team, the wrestling team, that shit is not as popular as men's sports. I mean, as men's football and basketball. So we gotta quit living like everybody has to be equal. Why does everybody have to be equal? If a kid goes to a school on a music scholarship, he can write a song for Beyonce still and get paid for it and keep his scholarship. Why can't the college athletes do that? Huh? Why can't the college athlete go out and sign a jersey and get paid for it and still keep his scholarship? Because he's getting improper benefits? Nigga, if you're good enough, you're going to be. If you're great enough. Life is not going to be fair for people who are average, people who are ordinary. The people who are great, who are the outliers, they tend to get nice shit. They tend to get a little bit more perks than the normal person. That's all I'm trying to say, man. But back to the story. I think the NBA is doing I think the NBA is doing it as a big middle finger to the NCAA, saying, fuck you, NCAA, said a prominent NBA agent. This is how it's going to be. We're going to take control of the development of top players. I would agree, man. I would agree. The college game, sometimes the college game is not good. It's not good for young players. Sometimes these college coaches can have big egos and be my word is the final word and not willing to capitulate with his star players or with his team. So I love it. I love it. I love it, man. Green is going to make more than 500,000 in so-called select is in a so-called select contract with the G League, as reported by Corey Evans of Rivals.com. This money doesn't include a shoe contract and other endorsements. So this young man could possibly make upwards of damn near $1 million without going to school. If school is not for everybody, and them wasting a year on college sports is not going to benefit them. The only person that is benefiting is the fucking university and the NCAA. The news of Green's move coincided with the news of top 15 recruit Isaiah Todd doing the same. He committed from Michigan this week to play professionally, while Green hasn't chosen a school. Are more coming? You bet. The NBA has thrown down the gauntlet as Evans expects a half dozen of the top high school players to end up in the G League development program this year. What will it look like? Think of a domestic version of foreign academics where players prepare full-time under high-end coaches for the NBA draft for a year. There is expected to be a team with the high school players that scrimmages various teams, but it's not going to be a traditional G League team. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like the G League select team. I like it. Combine this trend with the general expectation that the NBA draft will begin taking high school players in 2022, and it's bad news for college basketball. Sayonara, college basketball, a sport that has seen an elite star power like Carmelo Anthony, Derrick Rose, and Zion Williamson the past 2 decades will still be led by Luke Garzaviz. I don't know what that is. The product in college basketball has been getting worse. A G League head coach, man, real quick, college basketball referees are some of the most horrible referees in all of sports. If you can't tell these guys are on the take, there's something wrong. The calls that they be making and the shit they be doing in college basketball is downright horrendous. Combine the lucrative routes available for top players with a persuasive apathy for many top players top high school players are showing towards college, and it's bad news for the sports landscape. In many ways, Silver was smart to do this to keep top players like LaMelo Ball, R.J. Hampton from going overseas. The NBA realized that no good business would ship its biggest stars to another continent. Meanwhile, the NCAA has figured out a way to court and accommodate basketball top stars, but we can look forward to a committee to assemble so they can now announce a nothing of particular note in sometime in 2029. That's the NCAA way. Keep the status quo and hope the issue goes away. The NABC isn't much better, as outgoing president Jim Haney combined no leadership as part as the sport crumbled with $1 million salary. Man, oh man, oh man. Now look, man, I'm happy that this is starting to happen. This is what needs to be happening in college basketball, man. Particularly college basketball. College football, I mean, I think it should be no different. But with college basketball, there's more avenues for basketball than there is for football on other continents. Now, NCAA, man, I think it's sayonara. I'm sure you'll still have college basketball, but you won't have the top 15, top 20 recruits anymore. Those recruits will be gone. Those recruits will be won't be playing college basketball anymore. When you can go make $500,000 and you can get endorsements and get money for your likeness, then you have no reason to go to college. And most of these guys' aspirations are to be an NBA player. So with that being said, I have no issues with what the NBA is doing. I'm tired of college basketball. I'm tired of the NCAA, and I'm tired of all the bullshit that comes along with the NCAA. So I'm like, yes. Till next time, it's Mike on Sports. Yes, sir.